Hare Krishna. We continue reading from teachings of Queen Kunti. We are on page 17. This is in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.8.34. Lightening the burden of the world. Bharavatarana yanye bhuvo nava evodado siddhantya bhuri bharena jato hi atma bhuvartithaha. Others say that the world being overburdened like a boat at sea is much aggrieved, and that Brahma, who's your son, prayed for you, and so you have appeared to diminish the trouble. So Kunti Maharani is saying, you came, people say that you came to this world because Brahma, he's your son. Brahmaji, how's he born? From the navel of Garbhodakshai Vishnu. So Brahmaji is Krishna's son. And so she's saying, I've heard that the Brahmaji, he prayed for you. And so you came to this world too, because the world was so troubled. We can see this beginning also in the Krishna book. In the Krishna book, the story is there that how the earth, Mother Earth, she in the shape of a cow, she goes to Brahmaji, she's crying that there's there's so much atrocities happening on me, I'm suffering. She's aggrieved, the world being overburdened like a boat at sea, very much aggrieved, because whatever bad things, when we do, Mother Earth, she suffers. And at that time, the kings, the rulers, they were taking the position of rulers, but actually they were what do you say, not doing their duty as a ruler of protecting the citizens. In fact, they were committing many sinful activities, taking undue advantage, misusing their position. So Mother Earth, she went to Brahmaji. Brahmaji told her, okay, we'll go and approach the Lord. And he approached the Lord. I hear Prabhupada is saying that. And then the Lord came. He said, I will come as Krishna. So we'll read from the purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Brahma is directly the son of the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Father, and was not put into the womb of a mother. So if we try to see how was Brahmaji born, we'll see that there's no mother for Brahmaji. He comes directly from the navel of Garbhodakshai Vishnu. All the scriptures have this, how he is born, that he's directly born from the navel of Garbhodakshai Vishnu. Therefore, he's known as Atmabhu, self-born, because no material mother or father, no material. Lord Vishnu, he's the Supreme Lord, he's not material. This Brahma is in charge of further creations in the universe, secondarily reflected by the potency of the omnipotent. So Brahmaji, he's in charge of the Visarga. We heard in Srimad Bhagavatam how the primary creation, which the Supreme Lord creates, he creates the elements, he puts the living entities inside the world, he's creating the modes of nature, false ego, Mahatattva, the sense objects, everything is created by the Supreme Lord. That's called the Sarga, the primary creation. Then Brahmaji, he's in charge of secondary creation, Visarga. What is the secondary creation? That all the equipment is given, all the raw materials are given. He has to give shape. He has to give shape to the different planets. He has to place which planet will go where, which living entity is going to go into which body, and in which planet they're going to be. That is Visarga. Within the halo of the universe, there is a transcendental planet known as Shvetadvip, which is the abode of the Kshirodakshai Vishnu, the Paramatma feature of the Supreme Lord. So this universe, it is a material world. All the planets are material, but there is one planet, which is a transcendental planet, and that is called Shvetadvip, the pole star. That's the pole star, the Dhruva Lok. In this Dhruva Lok, there is Shvetadvip, the ocean of milk, where Kshirodakshai Vishnu lives. Kshirodakshai Vishnu lives. And it is this Kshirodakshai Vishnu who's the maintainer of the entire universe. He's the one who's maintaining the universe. He's the Paramatma. This Kshirodakshai Vishnu, he enters into every atom of the universe. He's entering into our hearts. He's sitting together in our heart right now. We, the soul, are there inside this body, and also the super soul is sitting next to us. Whenever there is trouble in the universe that cannot be solved by the administrative demigods, they approach Brahmaji for a solution. And if it is not to be solved even by Brahmaji, then Brahmaji consults with and prays to the Kshirodakshai Vishnu for an incarnation and solution to the problems. So, you know, like even in a company, if the manager of a particular department he's not able to manage the issue, he will go to his general manager, and then the general manager will try to solve it. Now, if the general manager is also not able to solve it, he's going to go to the CEO and he's going to say, oh, there's a problem, you know, please, I need your help. Can you come and help me with this? So when the administrative demigods, there are 33 crore demigods, right? So when they are not able to solve their issues, they go to Brahmaji. If Brahmaji is able to solve it, he helps them solve it. If he is not able to, he approaches Kshirodakshai Vishnu. Such a problem arose when Kamsa and others were ruling over the earth, and the earth became too much overburdened by the misdeeds of the Asuras. Brahmaji, along with other demigods, prayed at the shore of the Shirodaka ocean, and they were advised of the descent of Krishna as the son of Vasudeva and Devaki. So Brahmaji went along with Mother Earth. She was in the shape of a cow. Bhumi, she took the shape of a cow. She went, all the demigods were there, and Brahmaji consulted with Lord Vishnu, and they prayed to Lord Vishnu. So they couldn't even see. They can't even see. Most of them can't even hear, but Brahmaji and the more powerful demigods can hear. So Lord Vishnu told them that Krishna is going to come. The Supreme Lord, is going to come. The Supreme Person is going to come as the son of Devaki and Vasudeva. And so that's the reason some people say that Lord Krishna, he came because Brahmaji prayed to him that, please come, Mother Earth, she's suffering. We need your help. And Krishna said, okay, I'm going to come. I'm going to come and I'm going to kill all these miscreants. So then Kunti Devi is describing the different statements of different persons about why Krishna appears. Some say that he appeared at the request of Vasudeva and Devaki, and some say he appeared at the request of Brahma. So in prayer 16, we were reading yesterday that Devaki and Vasudeva, they prayed to Krishna. They underwent many austerities in their previous life, not in their life as Vasudeva and Devaki, but in their previous life. They prayed to Krishna, underwent very severe austerities, and Krishna told them, what happened? What do you want? How can I help you? Why are you doing such severe austerities? We want a son like you. Krishna is like, son like me? There's no one else like me. I'm God. There's no other God. So if you want a son like me, means I have to come. So then he came. He came as the son of Vasudeva and Devaki. 3 times. He came as Prishnigarbha. Then he came as Krishna, and he came as Vamandev, Lord Vamandev, to Kashyap and Aditi. So he comes. Krishna is Bhakta Vatsal. What do we want? He says, what do you want? I can fulfill all your desires. What do you want? So then, Bharavatarana Yanye Bhuvonava Ivodhato. Some say that he appeared just to reduce the burden of the world, which was overburdened like a boat at sea. So Devaki She's praying to Krishna, my dear Krishna. Some saying you came because Vasudeva and Devaki prayed to you. Some say you came because Mother Earth was overburdened. She was overburdened, and so Brahmaji prayed to you. And so that's the reason you came to reduce the burden of the world. When the world is overburdened, there must be war, pestilence, famine, epidemics, and so on. This is nature's law. So why this epidemics, pandemics, famine, everything happens? Because we trouble Mother Earth so much. And she is very tolerant. She tolerates and tolerates and tolerates till the point, there comes a point where she can't take it anymore. It becomes too painful for her. And then there happens this natural disasters like war, pestilence, famine, epidemics. Because she's too overburdened at that moment. And that's when it happens. The Earth floats in space among many millions of other planets, all of them bearing huge mountains and oceans. So there is a law of gravity, we know that. You throw an apple in the air, it will fall down. But now, this Earth, how many mountains there are, how many oceans there are, how many buildings and cars and roads and people. So how much weight is there on this Earth? And like this, there are millions other planets also. Some planets are even bigger than this Earth. But they are all floating. None of them is crashing anywhere. They're all floating very nicely, going very nicely in their orbit. They have a set route. They don't say, oh, today I feel like taking another route. I'm bored of going the same route. Mother Earth doesn't say, I'm bored, of going on the same speed. Let me change my speed a bit. No. Everything is happening under law and order. Whose law and order is it? It's Krishna. The planets, how they are able to float, because Krishna has entered into it. Nothing can have its shape or can do anything if Krishna wouldn't have entered as the Paramatma. Because Krishna enters as the Paramatma into every atom of the universe, everything can happen in an orderly manner. It's his energy. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, Gam Avishya, just as he enters the atom. Just as he enters the atom. Yeah, in Bhagavad Gita, he's saying it. The earth is certainly not weightless. Rather, it is very heavy, but it floats. How? Because the Supreme Spirit is within it. The Supreme Spirit is within the earth. And that's the reason the earth is able to float in space. It does not crash down. Everything is lightened by the presence of spirit. One's body will float in water as long as one is alive. But as soon as the spirit soul leaves, the body immediately sinks. So swim. We can swim in the water. We can float in the water as long as we are inside this body. As soon as we leave the body, the soul leaves. We leave the body. What's going to happen to the body? The body will not continue to float. It will sink immediately inside the water. As long as a child is alive, we can take it along by one hand. But when the child is dead, it is heavy. So now we are heavy. But when we are spiritually advanced, we will be free from impediments. Now we cannot fly in the air, but the spirit soul is so light that when freed from the body, it can go within a second to Vaikuntha Loka, the spiritual world. Tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mam eti. Krishna says, you understand my nature, transcendental appearance, my qualities, and then Tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mam eti. So Arjuna, then you immediately come to Vaikuntha Loka. You don't need to be here in this material world. So Prabhupada is saying that the soul can fly. The soul can go at any great speed. But right now we are encaged in the body. And it's the body which is keeping us here. It is the body which is making us heavy. But when we understand our true self, we understand our original position, what will happen? No need to be here in the material world anymore. Immediately, within a second, we can go to the spiritual world, to the Vaikuntha Loka. We'll stop here for today. Are there any questions or comments?
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much for listening and joining in. Kunti Maharani ki jai, Shilpa Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you.